much, but good spell casting over the Swashbuckle, even with the call down there. It wasn't enough. There's no secondary strikes, right? So it's not an insane amount of damage. And Silencer through the gate here. John Well, they kick things back off again. They do have those shackles here onto Jabs. Jabs again with the wand charges. He's so tanky with these treads. And Eisen gets hit by that last word. He will not take down that Arcane Curse at the very least, but he's in no fighting shape. No one took the Wisdom Shrine on Boone. Oops. No one should get that, lads.
They're too busy killing heroes.
Yeah, that they are. 5-2, not nearly as bad of a game last time around as Ivory. It took like 17 minutes to get their first kill in the game. But Drit, he will fall victim this time to the second Rolling Thunder.
Monkey King is also heading over here. Yeah, there's no way they defend this tower now. I thought the Gyro would actually have more impact in terms of like moving around the map, getting kills, but it just didn't happen. If Gyro is not seeing or finding those openings, then I'm afraid Ivory has to be actually passive here. You know, he's the only one that can kind of move around and get kills, and if he's not finding any moves or time to do it, then the only thing they can hope for is just sit back and try to recover, get that level 6 in the jungle. But in the meantime, Jackie with a Midas, he is going to be actually delighted if he's allowed to sit back and farm.
He's going to farm, and that's always a scary thing. That's always a scary prospect. But Ken, he's finally found himself a power root, and it's the amplified damage. You know what, Valve, if you hover over the bottle of Ember, it still says wound double damage. Valve, please fix. That's just not right. You see that bottle, rune double damage? My free game? I don't think so. Either way though, let's see if they can turn this into something, right? Phase Boots, Amplify Damage Rune, Ember Spirit, that is something to be a little bit afraid of, especially as Ice Blast is ready to go. There's TP mid now. Can you really look to set up something here onto the Monkey King? That still feels like a very difficult kill.
They need like
smoke around. Into the Searing Chains. They got it into the Ice Blast. He sets up the Wukong's command. The Global Silence to try and cover him off as Armel still alive. Ken leaping in for the kill. The Sleight of Fist, even with the facet here, even with double impact, I don't think it's going to get it. And now Jabs running after him is not going to be able to get the kill. He does refill the urn, but it's the Ancient Granite Golems that will slap down the Ember. Armel lives by the skin of his teeth. Don't toss him the global, but any fight that the Monkey can walk away from is a good fight, I reckon.
Yeah, that is such a disaster there. Barely got away the Monkey King. I think the last slight land or something, they lack a little bit of damage.
It looked like it didn't, because I'd be shocked a level 4 slide with double impact. I would have thought for sure it would have done the trick there. Now, Eisen in a little bit of trouble. The call down does a good job actually to bully out these supports. Phenomenal spellcaster Eisen. All of a sudden, the double slide of change into that Ice Blast. That's going to be a turnaround because until Rubido does kind of take him out of this fight, and all of a sudden Eisen dying to the Croakers right before Jab looks to turn, hits him with that urn charge. Down he goes. It's Armel who needs some support. Armel fighting versus Ken. Ken with the Arcane Room able to take the fight to him, and down he goes. I mean, I don't know if Ken has a room there. He's just kind of pushing because of the debuff timing.
That was a pretty good fight for Ivory. 3 for 3 trade. Global use.
Oh, you know what that is actually? It's that Sister Shroud. That's what that purple thing is. And that actually helps him a lot versus the Monkey King, doesn't it, in this kind of game?
It's one of the stronger neutral items right now. I love getting that item. Especially when you're against a lot of right clicks like Monkey King. Here's that I'm gonna stick on you and do some right clicks. That is always a value item.
Honestly,
they do lose the power, but I think overall it was a good exchange for Ivory. It's like a pretty decent fight here. They used the call down defensively, and Ken came in with a big sleight of fist with chains here. Even though Axe got to him, but Yeah, I mean they couldn't go in because I think Jackie was like kind of scared to go in initially.
Fighting off global silence. Ooh, they actually still get the cold feet proc on Armel, but they can't get up the dunk in time. Look at Armel jump around in the fights there with that facet. Armel behind the tower now, up in one of the trees. They did hit him with a sleight of fist, but he's just so speedy. Primal Spring here, ready again, and he might just be scot home free. Rims. Oh no, he's just so hard to catch. Tim, in the meantime, he's actually stolen the Wisdom Shrine. Oh, tough to watch. Tough to watch there. Rick, what are you doing here? Oh no. He's gonna die as well. Yep. There's a lasso. The Snakes will hold down the bat here, actually. With the Serpent Wards, hold on. He's actually gonna live. Armel scouted again in these trees. The call, just a split second late from Rubio. Armel still thinks he can take this fight, and he might be right. Jack running in with that diffuser blade reveal. It's Ken who's in trouble. It's Ken who's dead again. And inside his own Serpent Wards here, he is not long for this world. There's a foul play, only saves him for a split second. Armel on the double kill, 6-1 and 3.
Yeah, he's having a blast, on this Monkey King. This is the type of game you expect after you have a good lane on Monkey King. Diffusal destroying them, but on the other hand, you still need to be careful not to feed away your dude. I think it's one of the very common mistakes that Monkey King players have is they build a lead and then they overly aggressive, they die once or twice and they give away back a lot of gold to their opponent. You waste all your hard work in early game.
Speaking of a lot of gold, that's what Jackie's currently got. He's rebuilding the Midas after Devil's bargaining it away for the Radiance. He's really starting to take off here in terms of net worth. Armel's doing a phenomenal job of creating so much chaos, playing around the strength of that global silence. How will this gyro look to even up the game? Oh, it's Ember finds some utility here. Hold on, thought they're fighting in the mid lane. They do get that lasso. Global silence here to cover, and that leaves Ken with no escape. Even if he had the safety remnant down, no dispel available to him as the fight once again has gone lopsided. Rupido has this blink dagger. He was so eager to join the fight, but he's just not going to be fast enough. Meanwhile, on the top lane, oh no, Jackie finds Eyes and gets on top of him, and with the Doom, there is no chance. 2 cores dead. 10k lead for Doom. Winter is looking all too similar to game 1. That's going to be a nice call here on the Tim. Cold feet will prop, and that's going to be the first dunk of the game there for Rupido. Rims is going to lose his life here, but now without the global, they're thinking they can take this fight. Blink Dagger is ready here. Armel, he is going to get Blink called. Jabs, he's got Rolling Thunder, and still this diffuser can be a ton of damage with the Serpent Ward set up. They have a kill onto Armel. Jabs has potentially done them a favor there. I guess those heroes have got phase boots, so they could have just walked out of the Serpent Wards anyway. But Jabs is not going to be able to save the Monkey King, so Boom, a little bit too confident sticking around there. It's a big kill onto the Monkey.
Yeah, very, very big kill. That's gonna be a morale booster for sure for Team Ivory now. Any kill they can get. I mean, Gyro is a long way from fighting Cherry. He's gonna need his DKB soon, but meanwhile, Drake in trouble here. He's gonna walk away, but they're gonna need the Gyro to get his BKB as soon as possible. I mean, this silencer is just too difficult to play into. They don't find in the middle engagement they decide to catch the
That's going to be a nice catch though. Ice blast into the call. No way out for Armel. Global silence on cooldown for 13 more seconds. And they've also found Jabs. Jabs will turn. Do a good amount of damage. It's 10 though. He's actually out of mana. He does not have enough to continue fighting.
Global silence. It's time for both to kind of find a rebuttal here. Monkey King died twice in a row back to back. That's not gonna feel good for Armel. I mean, they have the dagger plus lasso on bad with the global, so they are very, very strong right now. Any fight they see is most likely gonna end up going well for them.
Oh yeah. They also have pretty much enough gold for, well, Maybe actually, with Devil's Bargain, Jackie, he can just sell the Midas if he wants to, and I think he's got BKB ready to go.
Yeah, once
that
they have
being
this
at a later
BKB on Doom, BKB on... I mean, Monkey should also be, I think, getting a BKB now. I don't think he can afford to get an SNY, given that he died twice in a row now.
Yeah, 2 Diffusal carriers on the team, by the way, right? He's going SNY after this Diffusal blade on the Monkey King.
Yeah, I think he should be going BKB at this point. SNY is not going to save him from the magic damage. It's helpful with the Axe Call,
Yeah.
but that's about it.
That's probably what he's foremost concerned about, right? The 2 times they've caught him have been to that Axe Call recently. Careful here. He's seen the ward, but it's far too late. Nothing he can do against the Blink Lasso of Tim's. Better him than the Gyrocopter.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower.
I mean, the map is just going to get smaller and smaller. They have to, I think, wait for the BKBs and try to fight, or they have to take a risk. Once they have played here on X, try to go for a takeoff. But I think it's going to die.
Thunder here. Yeah, probably expecting more heroes, but it's just Rick who's holding the rotation. And as they focus in, wait, hold on. Global? Okay, that's going to be in the pit. That's because they dudes can. I had to look around for that one can. He must have been fighting for what, the 20-minute runes, which spawned down bottom anyway. Oh, Global for the pickoff onto the mid-ember then.
And Doom and Global down. I have to make a move here. That play me done, so this is go time. I mean, ideally they find the Monkey King or the Penguin, like the big call kill, or even the Doom for that matter. Doom is going to be the biggest one. They scan the Tormentor, they know it is going on. Ice Blast to hit the region.
Ice Blast is incoming. It's going to be a bit too early, but we might see a mega call here. He catches 3 heroes with the flame active. 1 dunk already. Armel realizing he can't fight here. Even if he's burned the mana of Rupee though. Jackie's going to activate that BKB, but it's Armel. He's in trouble. Armel gets the bonus armor, but he's ticking down to Battle Hunger and the Syrian Chains. He's hiding around now inside the Wukong's command. Can they catch him? They see him there. The Death Rhyme and everything else scouting him out. He goes down. What a hero, Rupido! You madman, you've just saved this game.
Dire's bottom tower.
One step at a time, Richie. One step at a time, and Tormentor is going to be right now. Prince is praying that Lord David. I've been a faithful servant. Oh yes. Oh yeah.
Perfect. Perfect. That's how you know we're both support players, by the way. Very nice. Huge.
Yeah, I'm still gonna tell you, I wish we could choose who gets the shot, so we don't have to guess.
I like this method better, to be honest. Give it to the supports.
Yeah, that is actually a huge deal. The next fight is going to be much better for Ivory here. But now, Global is up, Doom is up, Lasso is up. Boom, they have everything in their arsenal already. I think Ivory still needs to be careful of this, be wary of this. Without BKB on Gyro, he's just gonna die in the front line. I say go for the X.
That is true. Got a little bit of damage now with that Crystallis and the Acceptor, but no life steal, no BKB to keep this Gyro alive actually in the fights.
And James is looking for a target when he has 4 stock ready, so he is very mobile.
They've lost the Tormentor, but they're still hoping to find a fight and that objective around Roshan. Jackie, no Blink Dagger yet. He's unable to take advantage there of Ken, who's maybe slightly out of position. Simple TP's away.
Yeah, Amir also realizes he needs to get BKB as soon as possible. He stops going for his SNY, kills the BKB after the Yasha. It's still gonna take him a long time here. This is going to be the next 5 minutes of him being vulnerable to getting killed by the Ice Blast and Shaman themselves.
And Isaac, wait, hold on, maybe actually they're getting initiated on. Global Silence here to ensure there's no follow-up. This just going to be the Shaman 3 ultimates committed here, actually.
Yeah, seems like
There's something on...
Ivory should be